Hey, what's going on guys? John here, and today I wanted to do a video review for the ASAKUKI projector. In this video I'll walk you through some of the features of the projector itself, we'll go through some of the menus, I'll give you my overall thoughts, and then we'll do a little demo of this actually connected to an HDMI device. So let's start with the projector itself. As you can see here, I decided to wall mount this. I actually have this here in my garage, and this was kind of a good center point to be able to hit a projector that I have. I've set this up here just to sort of demo it. I pretty much set all this up from scratch yesterday, but I had a good opportunity to play around with this and give it a good chance to see how things would go. And so far I'm very happy with it. You do have a lens cover that this comes with, so you have this lens cover here you can basically put on this when you're not using the projector. In terms of mounting this, there are rubber feet on the bottom, and the projector actually has options, so you can choose either like front facing, rear facing, you can flip the image. So I was a little concerned at first that because the orientation of this, all of the power buttons are actually on the top of the projector here, you can go into the settings and make adjustments. In terms of the options here, these buttons basically allow you to utilize the navigation, and then you have your back button, exit, and then power button there. You do have to remove the feet, which are actually glued down for the mounting, so I had to remove all of those. Otherwise, you know, this was pretty straightforward. You have on the back a few different connection options. There's two HDMI ports, which is a nice perk. You have two USB ports, a headset jack, and then an AV jack, as well as your power. There's also a removable filter that's right here, so you can actually take this out and clean it or replace it as needed. What I ended up doing with this setup is I actually have an HDMI adapter hooked up to a Nintendo 64. I figured what better way to test out a projector than to throw on like an old Nintendo 64 game. So I'm gonna actually just adjust this just a little bit, make sure we got a fairly decent picture here. And the other cool thing with this projector is it does come with a remote. So this has all your standard functions. You get your power, mirror buttons, settings, mute, home button, volume up or down. This also does have a pretty good speaker in it, and let's go through the menu first so you can get some idea of what to expect. Here's the screen mirroring function. You have your both HDMI ports, you've got AV if you just want to listen to music, and then you have all your main settings. We'll go through that. And then you can also do specific settings for movies, music, or photos, as well as text. So this will kind of adjust the image. You do also have on the far right side, and again it's going to be hard to show, but you've got a dial that's basically on the right portion there where you can change both the focus and the lens, so it kind of will either bring the picture forward or back or just focus in depending on the distance it's going. So I'll go into the settings here just to show you a few things. You have your picture modes, you can do all your different like contrast, brightness, color, temperature. Then if you go over, you can change your sound settings for bass, treble, the sound modes. And then you also have your language settings, projection modes, which is where I was able to flip this. You can do Bluetooth settings, software upgrades, and this is also where I was able to go in and make changes to the zoom. So I'm using about a 20 zoom. This goes up to 25. And as you can see, this is probably give or take, if I was to guess, you know, from here to the projector, it's probably like, I don't know, 15 feet or so. So overall, not too bad with this. You do obviously want to make sure you have a good projector screen. This is one that I know I had one previously where even just the sunlight coming through these windows were causing a lot of issues. So this is a higher quality screen, so you definitely want to make sure you match that up with your projector. But otherwise, I was pretty happy with the settings on this. We'll go into HDMI 1 and hopefully don't have any issues with the game booting, but this should just come right up after a couple seconds. There we have it. And as you can hear, the sound on this is phenomenal. I'm very impressed with it. I almost felt like it was so good, I probably don't even need to hook up an external speaker if I don't want to. But they did include a AV to RCA cable. And overall, as you can see, picture looks great even for an older game that really was designed to run in like 480p. So yeah. I'll flip that off, and just going back here, another thing I wanted to show you is if you go into the screen mirroring section, this is actually where you can connect this via iOS cast. You can use the cable cast, the DLNA connection, or Miracast, which is what I did. I connected it to my local Wi-Fi here in the house, and then I was able to go in and actually utilize my phone, and I was playing some YouTube videos successfully on this without any issues. So it's easy enough to go into all the settings and make changes to either the system settings by doing software upgrades, Bluetooth, all of that. And yeah, very, very straightforward, very easy to set up. Overall, I highly recommend this projector. I was also able to get this mount, which worked perfectly with this. It was a pretty standard setup. So yeah, I'd say overall, if you're looking for a new projector, you're in the market for one, highly recommend this, and so far I'm very happy with it. Anyway, thanks for checking out the video review, and I hope you found it helpful.